Facebook friends. I'm Sunny Arfa, the founder of Feel Great Meditate. Welcome to our show today. We are so blessed. We have an amazing guest. We have Shivani Gupta, the founder of Fusionary Formulas, an amazing line that I myself started to try some of this.
Awesome.
Welcome, Shivani. Thank you for having us at your home.
Thank you. Of course. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. And we're on the water too, but you guys can't see that part.
I'm going to close one thing real quick.
Okay.
That looks a bit messy. You get started.
Yes. So today we're going to be doing a few helpful tips on meditation. We're going to have Shivani telling us all about her amazing products and how she got started and got her PhD in Ayurvedic medicine. Is that how you say it? Ayurvedic medicine, yes. And then I'm even going to share with you a couple meditation tips today for digestion, because this is all about digestion today.
Yes.
And Shivani's even going to show us a few helpful tips, especially good if you recently became a vegetarian or a vegan and you don't want to get gas.
Yes, that's where this all started. We were talking the other day at an event, and I thought, you know what? If people don't know these very simple, basic things, then becoming a vegetarian or a vegan and looking for plant-based protein must be really painful.
It is. It is painful, yes.
And in Ayurveda, we have so many easy solutions that make it so easy to digest your food. My background is looking at Ayurvedic medicine from a standpoint of how do we make this easy for people? How do we make it simple? Like, what are your morning rituals? What do you do for your daily health? What are some home remedies you have in your back pocket that make life easier?
Nice.
And how do
I
we
like those.
Yeah, and how do we find those keys to optimal health? You know, we all don't have time all day to take care of ourselves and do self-care, although I wish I did.
Although she's been doing 101 or 100?
100 days of self-care.
100 days self-care, and you can find her on Facebook at?
I have Fusionary Formulas, and I have a public figure page under Shivani Gupta. And then I have Gupta. Yes. And then on Instagram, I'm Green Living with Shivani.
What is it?
Green Living with Shivani.
Oh, Green Living with Shivani. So make sure that you follow her.
But that's where I've been sharing all these 100 acts of self-care. I thought, you know, after the hurricane and chaos we all dealt with this year, it would be nice to just feel great again.
Yeah.
And so I thought if people just join me for 100 days of self-care, by the new year, we'd all feel incredible and like our best selves. And then our New Year's resolution wouldn't be lose 10 pounds for like the 18th year in a row.
Yeah, right.
Or take care of myself more.
Right.
Like, let's just start now.
Let's do it.
In October, November, December, and walk into New Year's happy.
And if you can do some of these things, which you're going to share with us, and if you just incorporated like one or two of these a day, life would already be better.
Exactly.
Right?
It's about keeping it simple. So one morning ritual I wanted to share with you guys was aloe vera juice. This is an aloe vera juice. I buy it at Whole Foods. It's called George's Aloe Vera. It literally tastes like nothing.
Oh, okay.
So you keep it chilled in the fridge, and I just take a shot of it every morning.
Oh, easy.
Simple investment in good health.
Okay.
Ayurveda has taught us for thousands of years that aloe vera is such a powerful ingredient. If you get cut or sunburn, just cut the plant off and rub it on. But also drinking it is great for digestion.
So that's I have heard that before, and it was somebody else was selling it. It was like this giant jug, and I thought, how long is it going to take to finish that?
Yeah, I mean, I buy this actually in the huge jug, and then we keep refilling that thing in my fridge.
And do your kids will drink this too?
That's a good question. I haven't tried it on them.
Ooh, but since it tastes like water, it should go down easy.
Yeah, they wouldn't notice.
And what's the benefit? Something to do with our digestion?
Aloe vera is great for digestion. It's great for the system overall. It has so many benefits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then another great one I was going to show you was ginger lemon tea. Do you have ginger and lemon over there?
Ginger.
Yes.
Lemon. I use this every day.
And I make a cup. I mean, I'm a tea addict. If anyone follows me, you know I have my 3 cups of tea a day. 1 at 7, 1 at 10, 1 at 3 in the afternoon. Like, that's my fixed.
So it's kind of like a meditation for you.
Yeah. I need it for the caffeine, and then I need it to just take that moment of pause in my day and just reflect and recalibrate really for the day.
Right.
But first thing in the morning before I do anything, I do ginger lemon tea. And that's a very powerful anti-inflammatory, which I'm all about inflammation. And it really helps with your detoxing of your system after the night.
Okay.
And
so how much ginger?
So I just grate a little bit of this, not much, just a little bit. And I add like a squeeze of lemon into a little thing of hot water. Like you can use a little pan like that or any pan. And I'll usually add in raw honey or Manuka honey or local honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And local honey's good, I know, because it'll help with the antihistamines, right?
Yes. Helps with anybody with allergies. If you buy your local honey, I also, if anyone's getting sick in my home, I use Manuka honey as a medicinal immune support.
I don't know about Manuka honey.
Manuka honey, I believe it's from New Zealand, but there's a ton of research coming out that Manuka honey is fantastic for immune support.
Oh, nice.
So whenever anyone's getting sick around me, I have like a whole protocol. I add Manuka honey in, I start adding in, I take double of my turmeric gold, or I'll take a lot more turmeric than I normally do.
Okay.
Vitamin C, I have all these things I add.
Nice. Someone else said yesterday, go take some vitamin D.
Mhm.
Was it D?
Vitamin D.
D2 or something?
D3.
And then they
Yeah.
said to just take like 10,000 of those
Well-
if I'm getting ill.
Well, what people don't realize is most of us are D deficient.
That's what they said too.
Yeah.
If you get your blood work done,
Mhm.
even if we live in Florida,
Yes.
we still might be deficient.
I know, isn't that
So if
crazy?
someone gets their blood work done, that's one of the things that they should definitely check.
Yep. Yes, you should check your D's, you should check your B's. I personally think we should all be testing a lot more things than what we test right now.
Yeah.
I go to an integrative doctor who does a really detailed panel of where I'm at every 2 years, so that, and I should probably go every year, so I can see where am I. So do I need to really bolster my D's? I know I need to add to B's and all the other factors.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to live optimally.
Yeah.
You know, we know for a fact, just going into vitamin D, we know that D deficiency, later people have seen cancer and all these types of diseases. So that's a simple one. I'm not, you know, I don't have D in my line, so I can say that, but vitamin D is something I think everyone should be looking at where they're at and taking enough.
Nice. And now this is the second time I've heard that in 2 days, so
Yeah.
I'm going to take that as a clue, and I should check mine out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important. And
So
D,
just get blood work done.
yeah, and know where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a doctor can tell you how to bolster to get to the right level, and then you hold there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I like to work with data. You know, I like to know where exactly my body is, where we all are. I think that supplements oftentimes get a bad rap because everyone's kind of self-diagnosing, self-prescribing. And when it comes to D, you have to be safe.
Okay.
So when it comes to certain vitamins, you should not overdose.
Okay.
In the case of a lot of supplements, I've also seen that oftentimes we're paying for supplements and you have no idea what's in them. They're putting rice in there, they're putting fillers in there, grass.
No.
And so that's where really the ethos came to start this product line was I wanted to take a great turmeric supplement. I wanted to take something that would be beneficial and really help the body. So I designed this, I manufactured it in the US.
Great.
My factory is owned by a physician. I source from only A-grade pharmaceutical grade suppliers.
Okay.
So same people who supply for drugs, I use that level of quality and
Nice.
testing for my herbs to create my product.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, so that's really the background of why and how I did it because, again, I believe in optimal health. We can't have optimal health if we're not using the best ingredients in our body.
And you these are pure.
Yeah,
So these are pure because you know exactly where it's coming from.
Yeah.
You know where it's being made, manufactured. You're like into the whole planning,
Yes.
everything.
That was the most important piece to me because my line is primarily carried in physician offices. So I didn't want physicians to have any sort of liability or issues. I wanted them to just get the result.
Nice.
And what I was hoping was if doctors are recommending this to patients, patients will see that there's an alternative to the other things that they're choosing to take.
Yeah. So
And-
maybe they don't have to take medicine.
And so
Okay.
these are just supplements that support the body that can help you get a result without those nasty side effects.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, I know I personally got to try the carb blocker,
Yes,
right?
carb control.
Carb control. I don't know which one it is there.
Yeah.
And she told me at a party that it'll take out part of this ton over here and
Mhm.
get rid of the taste buds there or something like that.
Yeah, so Jemima sylvestre is a fascinating herb.
Say that again.
Jemima sylvestre.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
I know. So Jemima sylvestre, it's also called miracle fruit.
Miracle fruit. I can say that.
It has an herb in there that turns off the tongue's receptors for tasting sugar.
How did you find this?
I've been studying Ayurveda.
This is like a dream come true,
I've been
right?
studying Ayurveda since I was in high school.
Okay.
So as I studied it, as I went to India every year of my life, as an American-born person going to India, I thought, why do we have yoga and Ayurveda, and the whole world is out there doing yoga, but you left the Ayurveda piece back in India? Like, talk
Gotcha.
about preventive health. You have chiropractic, acupuncture, Chinese herbal medicine, massage, and so many amazing alternative modalities. And Ayurveda is like left off to the wayside. Ayurveda should be
The forgotten science.
It is, and it should be the first one. If we all used Ayurveda every single day for preventive health, I think we'd be in a very different place.
And then instead of going to the doctors every day, you could be enjoying life more, right?
Yeah, or instead of suffering. I meet so many people who can't walk, who have chronic pain, who have so many things that are disabling to them. And they all come up to me. I've had Fusionary for 3 years now. So now I get to hear these amazing testimonials. And they're like, Shivani, I can walk up the stairs now. I can do my gardening now. I can live my life now. I can walk now. So for us, it's really about how do we help people support their own bodies so they can live their best life.
Nice. And were they walking better because of the bone support or joint?
So what we have...
You have to tell us about each one of these.
Yeah, so our joint repair regimen is inflammation relief plus joint repair. Let's find it.
Yeah, because a lot of people are just having so much issues with arthritis now.
Yes.
So this is good for anybody with arthritis.
Yeah, this is great for anyone who has any sort of joint pain that's really bothering them. This is the combination. It reduces the inflammation, and then it also helps lubricate the joints and create mobility in the joints.
Nice.
So this one's a very popular combination for us. And then I have another combination called the Pain Solution Regimen. So if you take turmeric gold and inflammation relief, our orthopedic surgeons, our chiropractors, when someone walks in pain, they give them this combination.
Nice.
And the patient's like, all right, thank you. And then once they're better, they can come off that inflammation relief and keep taking that turmeric gold every single day as their preventive.
Nice.
And then walking into the holidays, one of my favorite ones is carb control with turmeric gold. Because...
Is that the one I tried?
Yes.
Okay.
So going into the holidays, we're all going to crave all those carbs, sugars. We're going to be presented with unhealthy foods. It's
Pumpkin pie.
really hard to say no. It was hard for me on Thanksgiving. I mean, and I'm usually a martyr about these things. And once you have a glass of wine or two, for me, it's all downhill from there. So, yeah. And if a lot of people take our carb control and travel, do business travel, and they find that it keeps them from picking up. Yes. Binge eating and picking up those foods that don't serve us.
Nice. Well, I know, like, everyone I know could use that one.
I know.
And I tried it,
Yes.
and, so I just recently went vegan, and, which I needed that other thing, which she's going to tell you about.
Yes.
But I got to say, I'm, like, hardly ever hungry.
Yes.
Like, I know I have to eat because it's mealtime, but you don't even feel like it.
Yes.
Like, I'm totally over it. There's like
know.
zero attachment to wanting food, which is like a dream come true.
I know.
Because I tried every diet pill ever,
Yeah.
and like everything in the magazine,
Yes.
every protein shake, every diet, Herbalife, Equinox,
Yes.
Slim Fast, all of that.
Yes, I've tried some of those.
So now I just did this, and I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, it also goes into the intestinal tract and prevents the absorption of simple sugars. It also helps repair pancreas cells, according to certain studies. But I have found that for me, I lost 20 pounds last year.
Nice.
And I have really wanted to lose that baby weight, be done. And it literally makes it, when I have it, I don't crave carbs and sugar, and I'm a vegetarian, so I could eat garlic bread and bread all day. If you left me to it, I would.
Or garlic naan.
Yes, or garlic naan, which is my favorite.
I love that.
And I could also eat 5 times a day. And what's funny about this is it evaporates that hunger.
Yeah,
And then at the
I like
end
that.
of the day,
Evaporates the hunger.
Yeah,
Is that written down somewhere?
I'll write it down.
Write that down.
Yeah. But it also helps balance your blood sugar levels. So when you get to 4 o'clock and typically you're scrounging around in the bottom of your bag or whatever looking for anything to eat, it kind of levels you off. So you don't go reaching for those unhealthy things.
Yeah,
you
right.
can wait and make the healthy choice.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you are going on the road, then take a few almonds,
Yes.
take a few something to at least
Yes.
tie you over. So
Yes.
I always, feel like if we don't plan ahead, we're going to fail.
Yeah, it's true.
So I always cut up my apple,
It's true.
and which I learned from Olga, don't eat apples with anything else.
Oh yes,
Because she says it's all about the
food
combination.
combination.
Yeah.
So food combination is a big topic within Ayurveda, and we teach that fruit should never be eaten with any other fruit. Proteins and fats and carbs, you should watch how all of those things are mixed.
Don't mix fruit with any other fruit.
No. Well, don't mix fruit with any other food.
Food.
Like, no fat, which is funny because we're all taught now to eat almond butter with fruit.
Oh,
no
okay.
milk with fruit. So yeah, there's certain laws in terms of food combination.
Right. She was like, the death is
Yeah.
peanut butter with apples.
God, and we're all teaching people to do that right now.
Yeah. So don't do that. We learned that from Olga.
That's crazy. I didn't know. One last regimen I do want to share with you because it happens to be my favorite that I personally take. I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, but I do. So this one, and I don't know if you took this one as well. So turmeric, the way I created my turmeric, I made it the most potent curcumin supplement on the market. So what people don't know is curcumin is the active ingredient inside of turmeric.
Okay.
And
this is it here. That's turmeric.
That's turmeric.
Mm-hmm.
And It
You guys
takes
see how orange?
it takes about this much turmeric, if you can see till that line, this much turmeric to give you what's in a 2-week supply of my supplement. So tell me, do you eat this much turmeric even in a month?
No.
I'm Indian. We're just eating Indian food, and it would take us many months to eat this much turmeric.
Okay.
And so we're just not getting enough. It
Okay.
takes the active ingredient to do the job with black pepper, with the way we formulated it.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had to have the pepper, the
Yes.
black pepper,
For the absorption.
mixed with this,
Yes.
or else it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah, black pepper. So for me,
Is that even when you're just cooking, or just the formula?
both.
For both.
If
Okay.
you are gonna have turmeric milk and turmeric sprinkled on your eggs and all these things that people are doing, please make sure when you take your turmeric, you're taking it with a healthy fat or black pepper. But also, my PhD dissertation is on turmeric and inflammation, and I get so passionate about this because people are sitting there making these drinks and stuff and not realizing that that's like saying, all right, I'm just gonna, let's say you had a cold coming, and you're like, I'm just gonna take a little bit of oranges or an orange peel this big and it's gonna prevent the cold. No, you would take a lot of vitamin C to fight off a cold, right? In the same way, inflammation is running rampant in our bodies. A little sprinkling of turmeric is not gonna do the job.
Okay.
You need the active ingredient curcumin to truly reduce inflammation in the system.
Nice. So it's the curcumin. Is that with the K or C?
C.
It's a C, and it must be mixed with pepper. So even if someone has their root, like
Yes.
if they've got a root of turmeric.
Yes, people are buying fresh turmeric all the time. It's even less better absorbed as a fresh.
Okay.
So I see that all the time.
So
And it's
this isn't
expensive.
as potent as it coming
Powder form,
powder form, but it won't work unless they mix it with
black pepper.
pepper. Even if you said mentioned on their eggs. I haven't
Yes.
tried, well now I gave up eggs, but so just the mixture of the two
Yes.
makes it start to absorb.
Yes.
And tell me about the inflammation. Why is everyone getting
So the
so
issue,
inflamed now?
the issue with inflammation, we're eating so many foods that are not real foods.
Yeah.
I gave my children a whole lecture on Oreos today in the car because they think Oreos are food. And a lot of other junk foods, not to just point out Oreos. But there's tons of foods out there that are not foods. They are chemically designed items created in a chemical factory, made to taste like food. The body knows that that's not food. It's rejecting it, it's fighting it. Some people have gluten intolerances. Dairy is inflammatory. Sugar is inflammatory. And so we've been throwing all this in there thinking, all right, well, my parents did okay, so I'll be okay. Or I'll be okay, later in life I'll address it.
Yeah.
Well, as we just discussed, so many times people are getting diagnoses and all these issues at 50, 60, and now we're seeing that creep up into the 40s.
Yeah,
So
right.
I mean, we know that inflammation is the root cause to so many metabolic diseases.
Okay.
Why wouldn't we stop in our 20s, 30s, early 40s, whenever, and say, okay, let me start preventing now.
Yeah.
Let me start erasing the damage I did.
Right, I like that.
Yeah.
Erasing the damage we've done, exactly. And I was saying earlier that I'm just trying to live my life every day, like, not that I have an illness because I'm healthy, but as if I'm taking preventative care every single day.
Yeah.
Just live that way.
Right.
Just get into the habit. And once you start to do it, I think that it's easier. Just
Right.
like you're drinking your aloe.
Yes.
Now it's routine. You
Yes.
make your tea.
Yes.
And you make your tea with lemon,
Lemon and
honey,
ginger.
and ginger.
Yep. This is an easy one. I
Super
also drink
easy.
green tea. Green tea helps with weight loss, It helps with so many other things. It's an antioxidant. So there's certain things I've built into my self-care routine that are my mandatory.
Okay.
I have to have green tea. I literally carry around packets of it with me all day. I have to work out 4 days a week. I have to eat clean to be happy.
Nice.
Those are my musts in my self-care.
Nice.
And then everything else I stack and build on top of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Bragg's unfiltered apple
Easy.
cider vinegar?
I think apple cider vinegar has a ton of benefits, and we've all read about them. I can't drink that stuff.
It's hard to drink.
Yeah.
I learned from Dr. Judith, who was on the show a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, and Gail, that when you get a sore throat to gargle with it.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it is the most putrid, disgusting taste.
Yeah.
And you lose your appetite for hours.
Yeah.
However, it got rid of the sore throat in 30 minutes or less.
That's
so
amazing.
it works every time.
That's amazing.
But you spit it out because you're gargling.
Yes.
But I do just a little bit then with my lemon water.
Yeah.
So those are two things I do every day.
Good.
And then I always do tea.
Awesome.
And I always, actually, you know what I did? I have a little potted garden,
Mhm.
and I did ginger, and then I got from my garden sage, thyme, and
That's It's so nice.
What's the other good one?
Basil?
Sage? No, basil.
Mint?
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
And I read somewhere, mix it with some ginger
Yep.
and garlic.
Yes.
Woo! Boy, did I make a potent
Yeah.
drink because I was, coughing.
Yeah.
And my
That's
immune
awesome.
system had gotten down. So between pumping in tons of vitamin C from the lemons,
Yep.
then I added in the ginger,
Mhm.
and then I just kept drinking more and more tea. So
Yes.
instead of taking antibiotics, which my doctor, Dr. Cindy, 2 doors down,
Mhm.
she said, when you're healthy, the body knows how to fight this off. I'm not giving you
Yeah.
a prescription.
Yes, actually,
So-
I was in Houston last week and my little sister got sick. And she's like, what do I do? Well, I said, Fusionary is my best immune support. I take turmeric gold and I just take a little bit more during that time. And usually if anyone is sick around me, I can fight off whatever they have. So
Nice.
I use it instead of vitamin C or along with if I can
Okay.
really feel like I'm going to catch something. But I also told her a simple home remedy. Take a head of garlic, put some olive oil on it, put it in some foil, stick it in the toaster oven, bake it. Once it's baked, or your big oven, pull it out and eat it.
Okay.
Literally eat as many heads of it as you can.
Wow. Nice.
She did this. She was kind of frustrated while she did it. She's like, when do I stop? I was like, as soon as you can't eat anymore. I'm not going to eat the whole thing. And then she did that. The next day, her tummy was a little upset. She's like, see, you killed my stomach. I was like, I didn't kill your stomach. Garlic in that form can function like an antibiotic. By the next day, just the garlic and Fusionary, and she was all better.
Nice.
So,
nice.
so everyone has their own little things that they do. I also do ginger lemon tea, but in a very potent form
Okay.
when I'm sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good to know. Good to
Yes.
know.
Yes, and then let me tell you about this,
Excuse
and then
me.
I want to show you how to make the lentils.
Ooh,
Without-
she's going to share with us a little cooking
Yes.
demonstration.
Yes. So this regimen is my favorite. It's called Premium Performance Regimen.
It's called what?
Premium Performance Regimen.
Okay.
Because it has the turmeric, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory. It has carb control, so we don't eat the carbs and sugar, and we eat less food that might not be serving us. And then it has optimal performance. So did I tell you about this one?
No, please. No, you haven't.
Okay, so optimal has an herb in there called ashwagandha.
Oh,
People call it ashwagandha.
ashwagandha.
And I think ashwagandha is going to be the next turmeric. It is
Okay.
amazing.
Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Okay.
So it's an adaptogen. It helps the body adapt to stress.
Oh.
It helps with neurological function. It helps with cognitive
This should be
function.
flying off the counter.
I know. It helps with cognitive function. Who doesn't want their brain to work better?
Right.
It helps with immune support. It's an antioxidant. It does so much. Where people are using it with me, it's also a hormonal support. So
Oh.
tons and tons of women are dealing with thyroid issues or not feeling so great. They take it.
Okay.
Tons of people have a lot of stress in their lives.
Definitely.
What this does is it helps bring down that stress. So if you have been living a chaotic, high-stress life, all of a sudden it brings that down for you, and you're like, okay, life is tough, but I totally got this.
Nice.
And so this one, people have found to be very rejuvenative and very supportive, and it also helps with muscle recovery after a workout. So
Ooh,
I
nice.
take these 3, and it's my trifecta for my optimal health.
Nice.
It's how I maintain my health. It's how I go to the gym and keep going every day. It's how I have the energy. People get a lot of energy by taking these.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
that's
well,
my
everyone I know wants, like, in their 40s, wants more energy.
Yes.
Wants to lose weight.
Yes.
And wants to,
prevent inflammation from doing damage.
that too, and not have stress.
Yes.
So it's quite the line. And did you, like, have this vision of this, and then all of a sudden you, like, saw it, and you're like, I gotta make this? Or was it more like, you started studying this when you were 15, you said?
Yeah, so
And then it just,
I always wanted to open a health spa. That was my original goal a long time ago because I could see that everyone in my family would get diabetes and then end up having these horrific deaths at the end of
Oh,
their
no.
lives. And I thought, this is just awful. We're all happy people doing good in the world, and then life ends like that? That makes no sense. So I wanted to figure out for myself, within Ayurveda, what are those keys to optimal health that I can pull out that people can use? Because in the West, we're not going to sit around and do 50,000 things. We don't have that kind of time. And so the opportunity came to create something. And
Nice.
at first I thought I'd create oils, and we would put them on our bodies and they would heal us.
like, essential oils.
Essential oils and really body oils. And I went to India and I couldn't find a factory I could work with, and I had a real trouble about quality control. And I'm a perfectionist. If I'm gonna do something, it has to be awesome. And so then I thought, well, what if I create a supplement? And then people can take it every day and
Yeah.
it'll help them. And
Nice.
so that's where the seed was planted for this.
Well, I'm glad you did this to the oils, because I know there's already, hopefully they're really good companies like doTERRA and Living,
Young
what is it?
Living.
Young Living.
Yeah,
And
there's
a bunch of
21
other
drops
ones.
locally.
21 drops. I
Yes.
went in there. Did
Yeah.
you like that store?
I love that place. I
21
think they're the
drops.
best. in
Oh,
my
nice.
opinion.
She
Yeah.
said it was like all local
Yes.
farmers and stuff. Yes.
And third
Well,
party.
this is an amazing line. Tell everybody, Shivani, where can people find these?
Oh.
Because if people are watching in Las Vegas or California,
Sure.
where could they find these?
So on our website, fusionaryformulas.com or 844-64-FUSION is our phone number, both places.
844.
64-FUSION.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Mine's 855. Feel great. FEELGR8.
That's awesome.
Feel great.
That's
Yeah.
very easy.
Oh, did you want to tell us about this, or is this what you're doing today?
Yeah, so these are just
Love
some
the
great
colors, by the way. These are like my colors.
These are just some great herbs and spices that we use in our daily Indian cooking. And I wanted to show you what we call our like spice holder. So this is how we cook where we live. I don't know if they can see it. So over here we have paprika, turmeric, salt, we have coriander, we have cumin, this is mango powder, and this is garam masala that people talk about a lot.
Wow.
But these are the basic
Smells
spices.
amazing. It smells fresh.
Yes, so a lot of our spices we do grind, like our coriander, we get it as whole seeds, and I put it in the blender and grind it, put it in here. Oftentimes we'll roast our cumin. And so these are the spices we use, and really these spices are the key to great health.
Nice.
And a lot of times in our Western world, in our Western diets, we aren't using these kinds of spices in our food.
Right.
So one easy way to get the benefit is just add some to your food. Cook them in oil so they're cooked and use them. But one thing I was sharing with you was a spice we have called asafoetida.
Oh yes, asafoetida.
Asafoetida.
How do you spell that?
It's so funny, right? Asafoetida.
Wow.
So this is one of those easy home remedies. It's an easy home remedy and it's a spice that we use. So let's talk about how we use it in cooking first. So what you had shared was you're cooking tons of these cauliflower soups and lentil soups. And
Cabbage.
I thought she might need a little...
Onions, garlic.
Yeah, these are all the amazing foods that we use in India. But what's beautiful is we have herbs and spices that reduce the digestive, indigestion, gas, all those things that you
Bloating.
can get. Yes, from eating lentils. You might not all have that Indian stomach that's ready for those, or you just might not have the spices that do the job. So what you do, you take about a spoon of oil. I brought some oil to show you. Once you take the oil, I'll just show you how I do it in a real pan.
Yes.
This is like really the foundation of Indian cooking, and then after this you add all the spices to it. So you'll take some oil, about a spoon.
Olive oil.
Olive oil's fine. I usually cook with avocado oil as well. And so now you just add this. Asafoetida is really, smell this, it's really strong.
Whoa, what a smell.
I know.
Asafoetida has a strange smell.
It does. It smells really strange. But its pungency is where its power is. So you take a little pinch of the asafoetida, not too much, because as you can tell, it has a strong taste.
Which came from some plant.
Yes, I don't even know what plant asafoetida
But somewhere in
is from.
India.
We call it hing.
Hing.
Yeah. And
So a tiny amount.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
So that would last a very long time. And where would you find that?
So this you can buy at any Indian grocery store. Here in South Florida, we have one called Patel Brothers, or you can buy it on Amazon. I've
Okay.
seen it on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon delivers.
Asafoetida and cumin. So we also add a generous helping of cumin seeds. And this, you would let it cook until the cumin seeds start popping.
Oh.
This alone will prevent a lot of your lentils and cauliflower from causing gas.
Wow.
Simple.
One little thing
This
to
is
make
like-
my life so much easier.
Yes, this is like a $2 and $2 solution.
Wow.
Super easy.
Nice.
Now after that, when we're doing Indian cooking, I have a spoon, we typically use all these spices.
Wow.
So the way I would cook a lentil is I would pressure cook the lentils so they're cooked. Then I would start this base. To this base, I would add about, I cook for a lot of people here. So I cook probably almost this many lentils at a time. But
Okay.
you've been cooking large. I saw your big pot.
Yeah.
So let's say you're cooking
So
for
it's
a
a quick
family
the
of
next
5.
day.
Yeah, true. So the food lasts and you're like meal prepping, right?
Yeah.
I do that too. So let's say you're cooking for 5 people. You would take about 2/3 of a spoon of coriander, add that to that mix with the oil. I would do half a teaspoon of turmeric. I'm turmeric obsessed, so I use extra turmeric in everything. A 1/4 teaspoon of paprika.
Oh, that was paprika.
That was paprika or chili powder. This one's half a teaspoon of salt. That's
Himalayan salt.
Yeah, I use Himalayan salt. You can buy this at Costco. You can buy this anywhere. But we prefer it over white table salt.
I love this little thing too.
Yes, it's easy. And I buy these at the Indian store.
Oh,
You
nice.
put all your spices in there. So this alone, you mix it, cook it, and then I would add cut onion and cut garlic, ginger. We saute that, and then add the tomato. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we believe that tomato stops the cooking process.
You did say that.
Yes.
Stops the cooking process of like the onions and the garlic?
Yes. So it's like an acid, and it'll just stop it from cooking or slow it down significantly, and then it takes you forever to cook.
Wow. So as soon as the onions are just the way you want them and
Yes.
nice and soft or
Yes.
caramelized, then add the...
So you add the oil, cumin, and this, you add the spices, then add the onion, garlic, it's cooked. Then add tomato,
Then add
cook
the
that
tomato.
down, and then fuse the two dishes together. So whether you put this into your lentil soup thing you made, or you put all those lentils into this pot, obviously it has to fit, and then that's it. You let it integrate for another
Okay.
10-15 minutes, and then you're done.
Nice. So just 10-15 minutes is going to have all that flavor.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I feel so much more smarter. I'm going to get home and try this. Well, right after the Amazon delivers
Yes.
this.
Yes. Yes.
Amazon.
And then the simple home remedy I was mentioning, you know, a ton of people I meet have stomach pain, they have indigestion, they have IBS, whatever gut issues they're having. And they'll come to me and I'll try to have a quick solution for them. My quick solution is a pinch of asafoetida, a pinch of this. This, if you smell it, it's very sulfuric.
Mm-hmm.
We call this purple salt. You can also call it black salt. But if you look it up, I think it's purple salt because it looks like this color on Amazon as well.
Okay.
You can buy this. It's very powerful. This combination for stomach problems. So basically, you take a cup of water, boil it, put these two in there, cool that down to a tea temperature, and drink it.
Oh, some more just natural medicine.
Yes. So it's just a simple home remedy.
So people with the IBS,
Yeah.
even anything to do with their bowels,
Yes.
anything to do like my brother has Crohn's disease. So good for that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the symptoms of stomach problems.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that it's specifically for a disease.
Okay,
You know, when
but
it
if
comes
they
to
have
the
these
supplements-
symptoms,
Yes.
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 Okay, so boil water, a little bit of that, a little bit of that,
Yes.
all natural.
Simple.
And does it taste?
It doesn't
Okay.
taste awesome.
It's not as good as apple cider vinegar, is it?
It's not as bad as apple cider vinegar, in my opinion, but I've also grown up taking it all the time for different issues.
Okay.
And then I also tell people, please stop and look at what's causing the problem. You know?
Yeah, like did you eat a Baconator?
Yeah, like what is the food you ate? You know, I have a babysitter who comes to help with the kids, and she said to me this week, she said, yeah, I found out I have gastritis, and so today I ate X, Y, and Z. And I said, those were all inflammatory foods. She goes, what do you mean? I was like, we have to look at the foods we're eating. We should take a great turmeric supplement and drop inflammation, and then figure out, all right, now what are we going to do about it?
Right.
You know?
And that's the thing, people just aren't aware.
I know.
Everybody thinks, well, they're selling it to us, so
Yes.
it must be good.
Right.
It's on the shelves, so why would they try to poison us, right?
And they have no idea. I had someone today say, you know, what do you feel about Boost and Muscle Milk and all these types of drinks? I said, you know what, everything has a good and a bad, but I invite you to read the label and just see if those ingredients that you're reading make sense to you and if you want to consume them. Like when I go to the store to buy pancake mix, every time I just pick up the boxes. If one has 18 ingredients and one has 5, I'll go for the one with 5.
Right, always go for the less, right, the lesser, right?
Yeah.
Right, and people aren't aware. And being a busy mom, you know,
Yes.
we're both busy moms and entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier, it's challenging to balance all of that. And a lot of moms are like, but I don't have time to go to the store. I don't have time to cut the celery and the onions and make something from scratch. But what I'm learning is that just like our other routines,
Yes.
it's getting easier and easier.
Yes.
And now it's just like almost autopilot, like, okay, it's going to take me 5 minutes to get the onions and garlic cut and
Right.
5 minutes for this and that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm making all this delicious food. And my husband and my son, who are still carnivores, are actually liking it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're converting them.
I'm converting them.
That's
Shh,
awesome.
If you're watching, you
I try to convert people all the time.
It's a slow conversion.
My husband is a very slow process.
Right.
But slowly over time, and I am also doing it through the children. I'm telling them, look, sugar's poison.
Right.
It's just a fact. I think we should all, just admit it. It
And
is.
cancer feeds off of sugar, right?
Exactly. And that's why it's
Yeah.
a poison. So let's just prevent.
So I know that we can't claim how these
Yes.
heal anything, but if somebody did do chemotherapy, what would you suggest for them?
Well, I have a section in my dissertation where I did talk about how chemo, we have science, literally scientific studies, if you Google turmeric and cancer, turmeric and chemo, where they talk about how turmeric can bind with chemo and make it more effective in the body. So I invite people to look that up and research it themselves. It's not an area that I dived very deep into because I'm much more into inflammation, joint pain, and how can we support people
Okay.
through that. It's funny, I really designed this line for orthopedic surgeons to use
Oh,
pre-op, post-op, and for their patients as an alternative to that pain that they're in. And the consumers who I've met over the last 3 years are like, no, 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 we want this every day.
Nice.
This is not just for the ortho patient who walks into that doctor's office. This is for all of us.
great,
So
great.
it's been eye-opening.
And it seems like the older we get, we're starting to feel things in our joints, and especially like people in their 50s and 60s, but I can tell a difference just between 24 and 26. Yeah, between 44 and 46. I can tell a big difference in even my yoga practice.
Yes.
And every day I'm in the pool first thing in the morning, and I
Awesome.
must stretch and meditate in the pool every day.
That's awesome.
And then I end my day that way. And boy, by the end of the day, you're just like, oh, so tight, so tight.
Yes.
It's like, how did you get all these aches and pains by the end of the day?
Yeah.
And I'm never sore because I do yoga every day.
Awesome.
But if I wasn't in the water,
Yeah.
I would be feeling it.
Right?
And all these other people are walking around, never stretching,
Yeah.
never doing yoga,
Mhm.
eating Baconators, going through the drive-through,
Yes.
eating bad food,
Yes.
and then not taking these.
Yes.
And then that's why they're at the doctor's office
Yeah, and so I just
instead of
wanted
the gym.
Yeah, my hope is that people will literally understand that we have so much power in terms of prevention. I know that sometimes everything I want people to do is a little too much, but it's just about giving up a few of the bad things and adding a few of the good things. And let's start there. And the better you feel, the more you'll do. I used to be one of those people who was intense and let's work and let's do and let's get everything done. And now I'm like, you know what? What is the equation to do what's best and then live your best life and not spend all your time on it?
Yeah.
And so for me, I cook every other day now. I used to
Nice.
think every day it had to be fresh. I was very rigid. And now I'm like, you know what? Every other day. And on Fridays, we'll cut all the vegetables for the weekend.
Nice.
And I can't, make children eat something healthy and fresh every day, but let's try it twice a week. So it's just about finding what is your
Yes.
balance and then doing it.
Nice. My daughter is 11. She's very aware, very conscious, and she's doing amazing at being a vegan.
Awesome.
She's super strict. She reads all the labels.
Wow.
Yeah, and she won't even get ice cream. Like, she won't deviate at all. Like,
Awesome.
such a strong will. And she's a big swimmer,
Mm-hmm.
so she's already got that discipline.
Yes.
And the mental fortitude to keep going.
Right.
And so it's very cool, and it's really just a matter of awareness, because I've been training her too for years, about yoga,
Yeah.
meditation. She already knows about success principles and how to create and
Yeah.
how the universe works.
Yeah.
And she's done all my courses and all my
Awesome.
classes.
That's awesome.
So she's just a little genius, and now she's adding on that food layer.
Yes.
And I know she wasn't trying to lose weight, but she actually even lost like 5 pounds just from going to a vegan,
Right.
dairy-free diet,
Yeah,
no
cut
eggs,
inflammation
no
out of the
butter.
system.
Yeah, and let me tell you, when you start to eat vegetables, your body craves more.
Yes.
So like last night, what did I make? I made some vegan ramen noodles.
Okay.
So I just bought them at the 5th generation.
Mhm.
That was easy. And then I also did all the vegetables and cabbage. She loves cabbage, and she wanted 2 servings.
Amazing.
She ate way more than me, and she's like just eating all these vegetables.
Yeah.
And my husband was concerned at first, like, how's she gonna be big and strong?
Right.
Is she gonna have protein?
Yeah.
But she is, because there's plenty of different protein sources. We're studying up on all of that, so
Awesome.
she's already learning. Like, okay, I might only get a gram here
Yes.
and a gram here from the broccoli and a little bit here, but we are getting it, the
Yeah.
quinoa. So it's really, I think, beneficial. I myself feel amazing and
That's
feel
awesome.
light.
Yeah.
Like you said, even if you're not a vegan, even if you just can be a conscious eater,
Yeah.
if you can read the labels more,
Yeah,
it's going to be helpful.
It's so true. And when it comes to diabetes, so many of these different issues, overweight is a big part of it. And so for me, most of my family has been overweight my whole life. And so a lot of people I see will say, well, it's my genetics.
Excuse.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I have committed to the gym. I've committed to my supplements. I take things that really help me not do the bad stuff. And I do believe that by maintaining my weight, people do it for different reasons, for beauty, aesthetics, vanity, whatever. But literally, I think it's a very big key to optimal health.
Yeah.
Is that we drop that inflammation in the system and maintain our weight going forward. And to constantly say it's too hard to lose weight, I don't think that's a very safe thing for us.
Yes. It's not a good thing to think.
Yeah.
And I retrain my brain through meditation and constantly think thinner thoughts.
Okay.
And I even made a CD, and it was on sale at 3 of the Whole Foods in Las Vegas, and soon we'll have it on viral on the website. But it's all about the deep breathing and flooding the brain with oxygen, and then it slows down the brain waves.
Yes.
And then I plant those seeds of eating more greens, thinking thinner thoughts, my waistline is shrinking, I can lose weight, I am, and we bring it into the now, so we're retraining our brain. And I used to put that on repeat because it came out on CD. I remember the old CD players, you could hit repeat?
Yes.
And I would repeat it all night long, and I'm telling you, by morning, I would wake up and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so hungry for green beans. Yeah. And I'd go eat like a whole bag. And so I was like brainwashing myself, literally, in a good way.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to hypnosis, to want more greens.
That's
and
awesome.
so it's increasing your greens. It actually led me to be a vegetarian.
Okay.
So if you listen to the CD long enough, you'll become a vegetarian.
Awesome.
I'll have to make a new one for a
going
vegan. Yeah. But we'll just do one for mindful eating anyways. But so this is all fabulous.
Thank you.
And it smells so good. I know you guys aren't here.
I can smell it from this box.
The bright colors, the scent.
This is the pan with the oils.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know personally I like to eat things that are colorful
Yes.
and pretty. So I try to make things pretty, and it makes you want to eat it even more.
Yeah. And one thing I forgot to tell you, our turmeric gold, because there is cooking and cooking is so important. I recently had someone approach me, a juice shop here locally, who asked, can we turn Fusionary into food? And I said, well, it's a supplement. That's a weird concept. And she said, well, no, I'm telling you, everybody wants to put something in their protein shake.
Oh, okay.
Could you? And so we are formulating
Investigating
something.
it?
Yes.
Oh, you mean like a powder?
Yes.
To use as a shake?
Yes.
And what flavor will it be?
I don't know yet.
I was thinking pumpkin and turmeric. Does that
Pumpkin
go
ends, I think, in November.
No, I want pumpkin
You want it
all
year round?
year round. Yeah.
No, I don't think it'll be pumpkin. But even my husband can't swallow pills. I mean, a lot of my close family members who I love cannot swallow pills, and it makes me a little insane because I'm like, I created the best preventer of disease, and you can't just swallow it every day, and you're my family, and I love you. That's insane. So for my husband, I concocted a way for him to get it. I'll take like a protein shake that we make in the morning, and I'll just open one Fusionary turmeric gold, and he can have it.
Great.
And
Well, that's probably what the smoothie store wants to do.
Exactly. And so we're developing a special powder for them to give people super...
Just to that smoothie store? Might be on something for all those smoothies.
Yeah, there are a lot of them. So yeah, maybe one day it could be more. But it's just a way to help people who can't swallow pills.
Idea.
And I have another recipe where someone took green tea with honey with lemon and added the turmeric gold to it. And they were able to take it that way.
Oh, good idea.
So there's a lot of people I meet who have this thing about supplements, like, oh, I just take too many. Well, that's fine, I understand, but this one is the one you need to take, so find a way to take it, whether it's in your shake or your tea or whatever.
Nice, nice. Well, this has been fabulous, and is this something here you'd like to share?
Yeah, that's just our brochure, kind of
It's really
highlighting
beautiful.
that this is all herbs and spices. You know, a lot of times people think, oh, well, supplements have fillers, this and that. No, we really worked hard to put the most potent herbs and spices from around the world in a form that you can take easily every day.
Nice. So you don't have to go to India, even though that is on my to-do list.
Yeah, it's on mine right now. I want to go so bad. I've missed it.
Which part do you go to?
My family's all in New Delhi, India.
Oh,
so
nice.
growing up, every single year we went to New Delhi, and then we traveled all around India.
Very cool.
So
I'd like to do that.
yes,
Maybe we'll make a trip.
Yes.
We could do Ayurvedic and yoga and Kundalini.
Yes.
Visit some of the ashrams,
Oh,
and
that
the
would be
Sikh
fun.
temple. That would be awesome.
That would be beautiful.
Well, how about we do a little meditation for digestion before we close out our amazing show for the day. I hope you enjoyed having all these amazing tips with Shivani. I don't think that low battery shows up on the thing, FYI.
Hope not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting at home or your office, we'll just sit on our chairs. And if you can put your feet flat on the floor. Mine almost don't reach on this chair.
I know.
And one of the amazing breathing techniques that we do in Kundalini is breath of fire. Have you done that one?
Yes.
And if you need to, grab a tissue. You're going to be breathing in and out the nose only. You're going to keep the mouth closed. And what this is doing, it's going to pump in the navel because we're going to pull the navel in on the exhale.
Okay.
And when we pull it in, you really want to force it, almost like you're hitting the spine with a hammer.
Okay.
So we're getting this whole area from the front to the back.
Okay.
And we're tapping into 72,000 nerve endings right there. And this is all about our second and third chakra. So it's all about digestion. And it's super, super good for really everything.
Yes.
It'll open up our sinuses. It's one of the fastest ways to quiet the mind. Because if you're focused on breathing, all the other thoughts stop.
True.
So if you like, come to Gaya Mudra, which is point your finger to thumb. And you just relax your hands onto your thighs, yes. And then we'll close our eyes while we do this and just focus up into that third eye point, right at the root of the nose, and then just take the vision, the inner gaze up a little higher. And as you gaze up, you might even notice a little blinking, and that's okay. And just go ahead and take a few breaths before we start and just calm the nervous system. As you exhale, make sure you relax the shoulders, soften the face. And let's just take one more deep breath. Exhale away any stress over eating, over any of those things that worry you. And then we're going to take a deep inhale, and then we'll begin with breathing in and out the nose. Go ahead and take a deep inhale. And then just go ahead and exhale big out the mouth, letting go of what no longer serves you. Take another deep inhale. And then exhale again. Now let's just take a deep inhale, and you're going to hold it, suspend the breath, relax the shoulders. And then exhale, let it go. And just sit patiently, sit quietly for just a moment so you can see what that feels like with awareness around the tummy area, right around the second and third chakra. We're just tapping right into all those nerve endings. It brings balance to our nervous system. And let's just take a moment to focus on a healthy digestive system, that everything works in perfect harmony. That whether you're doing breath of fire, drinking your lemon ginger tea, doing one of Shivani's amazing turmeric products, that you can visualize your tummy, your stomach, and all the organs working in perfect harmony. As if you can visualize every little cell in every organ smiling back at you, because you're giving it proper nutrition, and because it's no longer inflamed. And you can see everything working in perfect harmony. So that's just something you could do for a minute. You can set the timer for 3 minutes, would be even better, right? And of course it builds stomach muscles, so that six pack's in there. And it's just so amazing. An easy one to do is Satali breath. Have you ever done that? That it looks kind of funny, but we curl our tongue and we inhale through the mouth, through the tongue. I have done this. So you have to curl the tongue. Okay. So it doesn't look so pretty, but if you're at home, try it. And so we breathe in through the mouth and then exhale out the nose. Okay. So let's just close our eyes. We'll do a few rounds. You may notice it even tastes bitter, but the more you do it, it'll actually become sweeter. So it actually tastes like the metals, and like it'll detox right in your mouth. You'll feel it detoxing just from the breathing. Interesting. So it looks kind of silly, but it's very beneficial. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to share one more. Okay. So the other one is Sat Kriya, and we take the hand for mudra, and we interlace the fingers. Bring the Jupiter fingers, yes. And if you're a girl, we take the left thumb over the right. If you're a guy, right thumb over the left. So it's very precise. And then we take our arms up, and we actually kind of squeeze our ears as we reach up with a nice straight spine. Yeah. And then we're going to chant a mantra, and the word is Sat Nam. And we say Sat. Again, you're going to activate the navel by pulling it in. So say Sat and pull it in, and then Nam, let it out. Okay. So Satnam means truth is thy name. Truth is identity. So let's go ahead, squeeze those ears. We'll do a few rounds. Satnam, 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 Nam Sat, 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 Nam. One more Sat, Nam. Again, this is just something you can do every day, a minute. Set the timer. It's going to improve your digestion. If you do 3 minutes, even better. If you can go 11 minutes.
It warms up the body.
Yeah, do you feel
Yeah.
that? Yeah. You get like, it brings like everything to the surface.
Yes.
And then you feel like a big hot release around the neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if people are having neck issues, it still makes them feel better.
That's
So
awesome.
those are some Kundalini meditations that you can try at home.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, easy to do, right? So if you have any questions, be sure to, you can comment below on Facebook, yes?
Yes.
And tell everybody again, Shivani, your website.
My website is fusionaryformulas.com. That's Fusionary. And we're on Facebook. We have tons of great videos coming out about all of our herbs and what they do for the body, like Jemima Silvestre and Ashwagandha. And then you can also call us at 844-64-FUSION.
Nice. And if you want to get in touch with me, I'm at 855 Feel Great. That's FEELGR8. And you can find me at feelgreatmeditate.com. And on Instagram, the same, feelgreatmeditate.com. And you're already on Facebook now at Feel Great Meditate FL. And just a couple announcements. If you're here locally, Sunday is the full moon. So I will be at the beach. I always go to Delray Beach. It's the third path north of Atlantic Avenue, so just north of the Marriott. And we all meet there. Nice group, mostly women, but guys are invited too. And it's a super full moon too. So our thoughts that we think of are going to be super magnified and amplified. And every time we meet, we do a prosperity meditation.
Okay.
And opportunities show up.
Awesome.
So when we do this prosperity meditation, opportunities to make money show up, and you'll notice you're at the right place at the right time. So it's just a super powerful 12-minute long meditation.
Okay.
We also do some breathing, some movement. We connect with the moon, the feminine divine energy of the moon, and it's a fabulous time. That's at 7 p.m. and it's only $20. And also on Sunday, there's a workshop. It's really transform your life, transform your mind, transform your life. And it's self-healing techniques, it's mantras, it's opening your voice, it's finding your voice, opening your fifth chakra, and some regular yoga, flow, and kundalini, and also sound healing. So that's from 1 to 3:30, $50, and that's amazing. So you can find out more on my website. And thanks for joining us. Anything else, Shivani?
No, that's it. This has been a lot of fun. I've actually never ever shown anyone all these things
Yay.
with the items.
Nice.
So it's really nice to share that because these are simple things that Ayurveda has.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you for having me. Thanks for setting up, and thanks for having us in your beautiful home. We'll see you next time on Feel Great Meditate.